Okay, I'm gonna let people in and then I'm kind of gonna go over it again just so everybody's on board. I'm gonna give them like another 2 minutes. Okay, guys?
Went to the doctor, so I can shut the fuck up.
2 minutes.
It was to give you a peace of mind. I already told you this. You always thought it was about me. I told you it's something that I can't fucking control. And I proved it to you.
Okay, there's still people kind of pouring in. Okay, whatever, I'm just gonna start. Okay, guys, so my name is Jenny. They call me Booski. I am the lifestyle title rep for our lifestyle office. My job within the brokerage is to basically help you guys on your transactions from beginning to end, help you guys get your offers accepted, help you guys during your transaction with negotiation, not just title stuff, but everything in general. Today's training is
like you didn't know that already. Like,
so a lot of times, especially at the beginning.
yeah, so you can know that like it's not
we'll
about
be doing
like,
rentals, a lot of rentals,
but
and you need to deposit the funds into our escrow account. And as an added service to you guys, we go ahead and hold rental escrow for you. There is a flow chart and steps that we want you guys to follow in order to make the process easier, not just for us, but also for you guys, and for us to be able to track everything. This training is very quick and short, it's straight to the point. If you guys can go like now and email me your in the chat box, if you guys want to send me your emails, I can send this flow chart out to you guys. I do try to send it at least once a month through Constant Contact. We have a lot of new agents, so I try to send it once a month. I'm sorry if for the older agents that continue to get it, but I just want the new agents to have it and to kind of be on board and understand what's going on. So the two steps that I'm gonna go over, one of them is the wire bank deposit option, and then the other one is if you drop it off at the office. So Lifestyle Title of New World is your in-house title company. We not only do closings, we also do your rentals. We help you guys through that process. And this is the steps that you guys are going to be taking in order for us to hold your escrow. Okay. If anybody has any questions, you guys can just kind of talk. No worries. There's no like standard format here. So if you have a question, just kind of blurt it out. Okay. If you're shy, you can put it on the chat. Okay, so step one. So this is assuming that your offer has already been accepted. Okay. We do have situations where, especially because the market is really hot right now, where we have agents that will deposit funds into escrow without having an executed contract, simply to make their offer look stronger. We don't love it, but we'll work with you guys if that's the case. Okay. We will make, we'll do our best to kind of structure it. We just need you guys to be organized. So if you guys already have an executed contract, then we simply ask for you guys to send us a copy of the executed contract, either the lease or the contract to lease, along with the wire. So when you get an offer accepted, you guys are going to give me a text message or give me a call and say, hey, Jen, I have a rental under contract. I will then send you our escrow wiring instructions. On the wiring instructions, it's not just wire, but it's also bank deposit. So if your client wants to go to a Banesco bank and deposit the funds, they're able to. Okay. The most important thing that we tell you guys is to keep the receipt. The receipt is imperative for us to be able to track the funds. We receive hundreds of deposits a month, and it's really hard for us. There's a ton of $1,500 deposits, a ton of $2,000 deposits. It's important for us, for you guys, to help us through the process in allowing us, making it easier for us to track the funds. Okay, so keep the receipt. So the first thing you're going to do is submit the executed contract with the wire deposit receipt to us at the title company. Okay, I will forward you our information. I'm going to send an email shortly after this with all of our information, with our emails, with all the girls' emails, with our wiring instructions, with the release form, with everything, so you guys have it. Just go ahead and save it to your desktop under New World. You have everything handy, okay? So after we've received the email with the executed contract and the receipt, you're going to get an email from us with a file number and an escrow letter. The escrow letter is going to be used to be given to the listing agent. The escrow letter basically lets the listing agent know that your tenant is serious about moving forward with the lease and they've deposited money into our account. The third step is have your client fill out an escrow release form. An escrow release form is a document that shows where the funds are going. So for example, the lease is $1,000, $500 goes to Lifestyle, $500 goes to XYZ Realty, which would be the listing agent, okay? So it's extremely important that we get that filled out. We ask you guys to have that filled out and sent to us 4 days prior to your key exchange. It's extremely important that you give us an ample time to release the checks. We have a specific person that is now handling the rentals, but we still ask for the time, because if we have 8 closings in a day, the closings take precedence over the rental. So we need you guys to just give us the time to cut the checks, okay? Does anybody have any questions until right now? No, everybody's good? Okay. If you guys can turn on your cameras, I only see one camera, which, hi. If you guys can turn on your camera, it would be great to be able to see you guys' faces. But okay, we'll keep going. So
I like your face, Jenny.
to this part, you have gotten your executed contract. Your client already wired the funds. New World has responded with the escrow number, with the escrow letter and the file number. Your client has filled out the escrow release form, and now it's 4 days before your key exchange. You're going to email us the escrow release form, and then we're going to respond when the checks are ready for them to be picked up. So the checks can only be picked up at the Miami Lakes office. That's where the checks are cut. They'll send you an email, say, hey, checks are ready for pickup. You will go pick them up. And then you will take both checks, which is a Lifestyle check and the check for the listing agent, to the walkthrough, and you're going to give the listing agent the check for their brokerage. Okay, it's extremely important that when you guys fill out the escrow release form, that you don't put your name. We are not allowed to issue you guys directly rental checks. Like sales, we can, but when it pertains to rentals, we can't directly pay you. Lifestyle has to pay you. And I mean, so some of the rules that are really important is that we only accept cashier's check, money orders, and wire. We do not accept cash. There are absolutely no exceptions to that. Before we were doing, if you guys needed it rush, we were doing a $50 fee. We're not doing it anymore. We cannot rush any of the checks anymore. So you guys have to follow the steps, and just keep in mind that 4 days prior is when you need to send the escrow release form. When you send the escrow release form within those days, that's when we'll submit the check. We'll let you know the checks are ready. Does anybody have any questions about the bank deposit, wire deposit or bank deposit process? No? Let me check the chat. No. Okay. Okay, so the second step is if your client doesn't want to submit the wire, or they don't want to go to the bank, and instead they give you the check, and maybe you don't want to deposit the funds, but instead you want to drive to the Miami Lakes office and drop off the check. So if you drop off the check at the Miami Lakes office, the process is a little bit different. The process will be that you will hand the check to one of the managers or the girls at the title company. So for example, let's say it's after 5 o'clock, the girls are not there, but Roberto Guzman is there, or Carolina's there, or one of the managers are there. You give the check to one of them. It's extremely important that after you give the check to a manager, you're going to send an email to the title company and say, this is, Jen Decker. I gave the check to Roberto Guzman on November 9th at 11:16 a.m. At the Miami Lakes office. And you're gonna CC Roberto Guzman so that everybody's fully aware that he's responsible for the check, okay? The manager will then give the check to the title company if it's after hours or deposit the funds, okay? They need to give you a receipt. If they don't give you a receipt, the title company, let's say if they give it to the title company will then automatically just email you the escrow letter with the file number. But it's your responsibility to stay on top of that check. You can't just give the check to one of the managers and walk away and think that you're good. It's your responsibility to stay on top of that check, okay? Once the funds have been cleared, it's the same process. You have to, 4 days prior to your key exchange, you will be providing the title company with the escrow release form, and then they're gonna message you back and let you know when the checks are ready. Same process. We do not accept cash. We only accept cashier's check, money orders and wire, no cash. Very simple. This training is really short and straight to the point because it isn't that difficult, but I'm here if you guys have any questions pertaining to this. No, nobody has any questions. Nobody has any scenarios they want to go over.